Good day and thank you for joining us on Beetv News Update at 3. I am Lee Britman Johanna. Now the news in details. Operatives of a Special Operation Unit of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has stormed forests in Omo Ekiti, destroying 14,654 kilograms of skunks and arresting 2 suspects. The agency made the disclosure in a statement by its Director of Media and Advocacy and the LEA, Mr. Femi Babafemi, on Sunday in Abuja. He said the operatives in another operation on December 2nd stormed the forest in Asin Ekiti, Ikole local government area, Ekiti, where they destroyed 54,300 kilograms of skunks in 2 large warehouses that were razed. Babafemi said that 28.3 kilograms of the same psychoactive substance was recovered for the purpose of prosecution. He further explained operatives in the FCT Abuja on December 3rd intercepted the consignments of Colorado a synthetic cannabis weighing 22 kg at Abaji Expressway. Babafemi said that the follow-up operation at the Jabi Park in Abuja led to the arrest of a female receiver. Also, in the FCT, a suspect was arrested by operatives on Friday with 24 kilograms of skunk and 573,500 pieces of Exoid 5 along the Kwali-Gwagwalada Expressway. Vice President Kashim Shettima on Sunday departed the nation's capital, Abuja, for Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, to represent President Bola Tinubu at the inauguration of Mr. Alassane Ouattara for a 4th term in office as president of that country. Shettima, according to a statement issued by his media assistant, Stanley Quocha, is expected to join other leaders across Africa and beyond to witness activities lined up for the swearing-in ceremony scheduled to hold on Monday, December 8, 2025, at the Presidential Palace in Abidjan. Ouattara was re-elected for a 4th term in office on October 25, 2025 as President of Côte d'Ivoire, a West African country that shares cordial diplomatic ties with Nigeria. Both nations collaborate significantly within ECOWAS and the African Union on security, trade and development, formalized by a binational commission and numerous agreements covering areas like anti-trafficking, agriculture and digital economy, with strong informal trade and significant Nigerian diaspora in Côte d'Ivoire, fostering deep bilateral economy and social connections. French President Emmanuel Macron has reaffirmed France's commitment to supporting Nigerians amid escalating security challenges, particularly the persistent terrorist threat in the northern region. In a message shared on his official X account on Sunday, Macron revealed that he had discussions with Nigerian President Bola Tinubu. During the call, he expressed France's solidarity with Nigeria as the country confronts multiple security concerns affecting civilians and regional stability. Macron stated that at President Tinubu's request, France would deepen its partnership with Nigerian authorities and increase assistance to communities impacted by violence. He also urged international partners to strengthen their involvement, stressing that no one can remain a spectator in the fight against insecurity. The renewed cooperation signals France's intention to play a more active role in stabilizing West Africa, where insurgency and extremist activities continue to threaten peace and development. Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has been installed as Yeye Asiwaju Gbogbo Ile Oodua by His Royal Majesty Oba Adeyeye Enito Ogunwusi Ojaja II, the Oni of Ife. The installation is part of activities marking the 10th coronation anniversary of Oba Adeyeye. the report.
The event in Ile-Ife was attended by eminent personalities including ex-President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, governors from Ogun, Lagos and Osun states. It also gathered traditional rulers and dignitaries from the state and across Yoruba land, including the Olu of Warri, Ogbaime Atuwase III, the Sultan of Sokoto and the Shoun of Ogbomoso, alongside cultural leaders and other notable personalities who came to witness the installation of Senator Oluremi Tinubu as Yeye Asiwaju Gbogbo Ile Oodua. The installation of Oluremi Tinubu was done to honor her sacrifices to the nation and her contribution to youth and women development in the country.
Again, we've done all the prayers in the palace. You see my mother like this. Really I see that is in her, that is in the world. She's not alone. She has someone for 6 states guiding her. She's a pillar for me. Ultimately, she's a pillar for our daddy.
In her speech, Senator Oluremi Tinubu encouraged Nigerians to remain optimistic about a better Nigeria under the current administration.
Your Nigeria today, ó ti dé, ìlú wa rojú, ọ̀dẹ̀dẹ̀ wa ráyè, gbogbo àwọn tó ní báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe, a máa fi hàn wọ́n bá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe o. Wọ́n á ti rí. Gbogbo tí wọ́n ń ṣe felenge bí yìí, Ọlọ́run ti rí aṣọ wa pé 2026 a máa rìn sínú ọlá, a máa rìn sínú ọrọ̀ àti ọ̀pọ̀. Nàìjíríà a máa yá àwọn ìlú mi lówó ni. Bó dẹ̀ ṣe máa rí nìyẹn, ó dẹ̀ yẹ ká wá sọ láti sọ́ọ̀sì Oòduà ń bí.
Goodwill messages were delivered by former President Olusegun Obasanjo and the Governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke.
You have begun where you should begin. I want to say to you, the way you are carrying on, continue to carry on.
The Oni of Ife is leading the charge with elegance. His Imperial Majesty brought a touch of class to reality. He rebranded the tradition and made Yoruba a proud nation all over the world.
Favor Kolawole reporting for Beetv News.
Around a dozen soldiers has been arrested in Benin following an attempted coup, including the ringleaders of the foil operation, military and security sources told AFP on Sunday. One source said 13 arrests have been made, with another adding that all the detainees are 7 soldiers, except one who is a former member of the armed forces. The arrest followed a broadcast on Benin's national television on Sunday morning, in which a group of military officials announced the removal of President Patrice Talon and the dissolution of all state institutions. The officer identified themselves as the Military Committee for a Foundation, claimed they had seized power. However, the president told AFP that President Talon is safe and that loyalist forces are restoring order. The federal government on Sunday said it has secured the release of 100 students of St. Mary Catholic Private Primary and Secondary Schools, Papiri, Agwara, local government area of Niger State. Recall that no fewer than 265 adopted students and teachers were taking pensionate Friday from St. Mary's Catholic Private Primary and Secondary School, Papiri, Aguara local government area. Meanwhile, 51 students escaped on the 23rd November 2025, leaving all the 12 teachers in captivity. Gunmen had stormed the remote community in the early hours of 2 a.m. on 21 November, arriving on motorbikes and operating for nearly 3 hours. And now to business news. As the massive foreign exchange gains that banks enjoyed in the wake of the harmonization of the FX market dry up, Market Watchers says lenders are actively seeking ways to open up other non-interest channels. This was part of the outlook projected by experts at Meristem Securities in the monthly banking sector highlights for November 2025. The report.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu weeks into his administration in 2023 harmonized segment of the FX market, which led to a significant depreciation in the value of the naira and resulted in a boon for banks in terms of FX revaluation gains. The National Assembly thereafter imposed a windfall tax following the amendment of the Financial Act 2023. Report says that 6 banks paid about 205.59 billion naira as windfall tax in the 2024 financial year. On the outlook for the banking sector, Meristem said as the 2025 FY period wraps up in December, we expect the pace of growth in banks' gross earnings to moderate further as the sector fully transitions into a normalized earning environment. Growth will, however, remain largely driven by interest income as bank continues to leverage the still high interest rates, NPR at 27.00%. The Group Managing Director of GTI Group, Abubakar Lawal, has said that Nigeria's aspiration to build a $1 trillion economy by 2030 will remain out of reach unless the Investment in Security Act 2025 is implemented with strict discipline, strategic coordination, and unwavering collaboration across the capital market ecosystem. Lawal said this at the 2025 Annual Conference of the Capital Market Correspondents Association of Nigeria in Lagos on Saturday. Report says that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu earlier this year signed the ISA 2025, which expanded the legal instruments that are tradable in the capital market with the recognition of digital assets and cryptocurrencies. Nigeria's 70% reliance on imported building materials is leaving the housing market dangerously exposed to crippling supply and currency shocks. The State of Lagos Housing Market Report Volume 3 has warned. According to the report, Nigeria's abundant raw materials still fall short of reducing reliance on imports due to limited local processing capacity. It stated a staggering 70% reliance on imported building materials exposes the market to global supply chain disruptions and currency volatility. Favor Kolawole reporting for Beetv News.
And on the global scene, more than 100 residents of Canal gathered on Tuesday to protest a federal immigration enforcement operation underway in the New Orleans metropolitan area. The demonstration came as federal border agents continued a broader immigration crackdown throughout the region. The report.
Protesters assembled near a central intersection in Canal, holding signs and chanting opposition to the ongoing enforcement action. Organizers said the turnout reflected growing concern among community members about the presence of federal agents and the impact of the raid on immigrant families. Residents at the scene said the enforcement operations, which began earlier in the week, had heightened fear among undocumented individuals and their relatives. Some attendees described the demonstration as a call for federal authorities to halt arrest and prioritize community safety. Federal officials confirmed that the enforcement activity in New Orleans is part of a targeted initiative aimed at individuals with outstanding removal orders or previous immigration violation. However, no additional details were released regarding the number of arrests or the duration of the operation. Local advocacy groups monitoring the situation said they plan to continue organizing events and offering support services to affected families. Meanwhile, residents who participated in the protest stated that They intend to maintain public pressure until federal agents scaled back their presence in the area. The situation remains ongoing as both federal authorities and community groups respond to the latest developments in the immigration enforcement across the New Orleans region. Favor Kolawole reporting for Beetv News.
On entertainment news, former Big Brother Naija star Queen Mercy Atang has spoken out to clear the air on several misconceptions surrounding her life, especially after news broke that her one-year marriage to David had reportedly ended. The report.
In a detailed Instagram post, Queen Mercy revealed that she has been subjected to harsh labels, with some people calling her everything from a prostitute to an unfit wife. She explained that she has reached a point where she can no longer stay silent while unfamiliar people create and spread false narratives about her. Queen expressed disbelief over claims circulating that some people in the US had called her degrading names. This made her question how some stories were formed by individuals who had neither met her nor interacted with her family. Daniela Okocha, the daughter of Nigerian footballer legend JJ Okocha, has set social media buzz after sharing elegant photos from her intimate engagement dinner, proudly showcasing a stunning engagement ring. The radiant bride-to-be took to Instagram on Sunday, December 7th, to share images capturing her joy during the milestone celebration with close friends and loved ones. Her exquisite ring immediately caught the attentions of fans. Dave Coulier, who announced last year that he has blood cancer, says he is also being treated for a second type of cancer. The Full House star disclosed his new diagnosis Tuesday on Today, saying he has an HPV-related oropharyngeal tongue cancer in October. Collier announced in November 2024 that he has been diagnosed with stage 3 non-Hodgkin lymphoma. The 66-year-old said his new cancer was discovered during a routine scan after going through several months of chemotherapy. And that's it on the entertainment news. Evelyn Isabel reporting for Beetv News.
And lastly, on sports news, Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah's place in Liverpool's travelling squad for Tuesday's Champions League meeting with Inter is in doubt, with club officials holding internal discussions following the forward's strong remark earlier this week. According to Fabrizio Romano's ex-post on Monday, Salah could be out of the Liverpool squad set to travel to Italy to face Inter on Tuesday. Liverpool's boss Arne Slot is due to speak to the media later this afternoon, where he's expected to address the issue and provide clarity on Salah's status. So far, the Dutchman has remained tight-lipped as the club works to manage a delicate moment involving one of its most influential players. Liverpool is scheduled to travel to Italy later today ahead of their matchup at San Siro, but questions remain over whether Salah will be on the plane. And that will be all on our news update. Thank you for joining us. Do stay tuned for more updates on our major news at 6. I am Librit Manjoana. Bye for now.